TYBSc paper number 8 number theory. TYBSc is paper number 8 number theory. Number theory. First chapter, divisibility. Chapter first, divisibility. First definition. Definition. Divisibility in integers. Divisibility in integers. Divisibility in integers. First of all, we must know the set of integers. Notation of set of integers is z, and the set is, we all know, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This is the set of integers. In this whole paper, we are going to deal with the integers, divisibility, some theorems, all other examples which we are going to see are in integers. So, let us see the definition. The definition of divisibility is for any two integers, for any two integers, for any two integers a and b, for any two integers a and b, we say that a divides b, a divides b, or b is divisible by a, b is divisible by a if there exists an integer, c such that b is equals to a into c, b is equals to a into c, means we say that this a divides b if there exists some another integer c such that b is written in the form of multiple of c, a multiple of a means a into c. So, we say that this b is divisible by a, or a divides b if there exists some another integer c such that b is written in the form of multiple of a. For example, suppose b is equals to 20 and a is equals to 5, then we say that this a divides b, that is 5 divides 20, 5 divides 20, since there exists an integer, which integer? There exists an integer 4, c is equals to suppose 4, such that 20 can be written in the form of 5 into 4, 5 into 4. This implies, this means our 20 is divisible by 5, 20 is divisible by 5, or 5 divides 20, 5 divides 20. We can write, means notation of this divisibility is, next line, we can write a divides b as in the form of this, a divides b. This is the notation of divisibility, a divides b, or this b is divisible by a. Your notation must be proper. This line in between a and b is completely straight line, not you can't write this like this or this, both are incorrect. So, your notation must be proper. A divides B. If this A doesn't divide B, if this A doesn't divide B, means if A does not divide B, A does not divide B, then we write it as A does not divide B. This is the notation of A does not divide B. So, for example, suppose A is equals to 3 and B is equals to 7, then this 3 does not divide 7. 3 does not divide 7. If you calculate this, means you take 7 divided by 3 on calculator, you will get some answer like 2 point something, 2.333, but that is not an integer, means here there does not exist any integer, such that this 7 can be written in the form of A. Suppose there does not exist any integer x, such that 7 cannot be written in the form of 3 into x. This means if when we can say that this some number divides another number, there must be an integer. Like this. Here we say that 20 is divisible by 5 or 5 divides 20, since there is an integer 4 is an integer. There is an integer 4 such that 20 is written in the form of 5 into 4. Here for 3 and 7 cannot be written in the form of 3 into some integer. This number must be an integer. If there does not exist any integer, then we say that this A does not divide B. Okay. So next is theorem. We are going to discuss some theorems here. So first theorem, write down the first of all the statement of that theorem. In this theorem we are going to see, 4 or 5 statements, 4 or 5 statements. First statement is, if A divides B, first statement is, if A divides B. From this theorem, whenever we are going to write A divides B, we are writing it in the form of notation, that is A divides B. If A divides B, then A divides B into C, then A divides B into C for any integer C, Here A and B are integers, for A comma B belongs to Z. First statement is, if A divides B, then A divides B into C for any integer C. Second statement is, if A divides B and B divides C, then A divides C. Here A, B, C all are integers. Third statement is, if A divides B and A divides C and A divides C, then A divides Bx plus Cy, A divides Bx plus Cy for any integers, x and y, for any integers x and y. Fourth statement is, if A divides B and B divides A, if A divides B and B divides A, then A is equals to plus or minus B, A is equals to plus or minus B. Fifth statement is, if A divides B and A and B both are positive, and this A comma B both are positive, then A is less than or equals to B, and the last statement is, if A divides B, and m is a non-zero integer, then m into A divides m into B, A divides B. These are 6 statements of our theorem. What we have given in this theorem? We have given for any two integers A and B belongs to Z, means for any two integers. In first statement we have given, if A divides B, or we can say that B is divisible by A, then A divides B into C. For example, our 3 divides 6, then 3 must divide 6 into something, that is 6 into suppose 2, 6 into 2 is 12, so 3 divides 12. This is general result and we are taking a particular example. First of all, proof of this first statement. We have given that A, B both are integers, and also we have given that A divides B. From this we have to prove that A divides B into C for any integer C. Let us prove the first statement. Proof of first statement. Given that for A comma B belongs to Z, we have given that A divides B. Now we have the definition of divisibility. From the definition of divisibility we can write, therefore by using definition of divisibility, we can write B is equals to A into some integer, suppose K. B is equals to A into K. Here K is an integer, we are not taking here C because we have to prove that A divides B into C. So K is some another integer. B is equals to A into K, where K is an integer. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove that A divides B into C. That is, we have to prove that B into C is divisible by A. That is what we have to prove. B into C is written in the form of multiple of A, that is B into C must be written in the form B into C is equals to A into some another integer, where here we have B is equals to A into K. We have to prove B into C is equals to A into some another integer. So multiplying both side by C, we get multiplying both sides by C, we get B into C is equals to A into C into K, A into K into C or A into C into K. So this can be written in A into some K dash, where K dash is equals to C into K. Here C is also an integer and K is also an integer. So C into K, multiplication of two integers, is again an integer. So K dash is equals to into K must be in the set of integers. So we get B into C is equals to A into some K dash, that is B into C is equals to A into some K dash. Therefore, by using definition of divisibility, we get this A divides B into C, that is A divides B into C. Here A into some integer is equals to B into C. BC is an integer, B into C is an integer which is written in the form of multiple of A. So A divides B into C, we get the required proof. Now the proof of second statement. In second statement we have given A divides B and B divides C, and we have to prove that A divides C. First of all, we are writing the given things. Given that A divides B and B divides C. So suppose this is the equation 1 and this is the equation 2. From equation 1, on equation 1 we can use the definition of divisibility. Therefore, by using definition of divisibility, equation 1, we get B is equals to A into some integer, A into suppose K1, where K1 is an integer. Suppose this is the equation number 3. Also from equation 2, also using definition of divisibility on equation 2. Also using definition of divisibility on equation number 2. Also by using definition of divisibility on equation 2, we get, what is the equation number 2? Equation number 2 is B divides C. So using definition of divisibility on this equation, we get C is equals to B into some integer. So from equation 2 we get B is equals to, or what was the equation? Equation is B divides C. So C is equals to B into some integer. C is equals to B into some integer, suppose K2, where this K2 belongs to Z, that is K2 is an integer. Now suppose this is equation number 4. From given two things, we get from this A divides B, we get B is equals to A into K1, that is equation number 3, and from equation 2 we get the equation 4. Now from equation 3 and 4, what we can write? From equation 3 we have the value of B, that is B is equals to A into K1, and we are going to put this value of B in equation 4, here the B, Therefore, by using equation 3 we get C is equals to, what was the equation 3? Equation 3 is B is equals to A K1. So, putting the value of B is equals to A K1 here, we get B into K2 A by equation 3, by using equation 3. So, we can simplify this as A into, suppose, K1 into K2, C is equals to, which is equals to A into some K prime, C is equals to A into K prime, where this K prime is equals to K1 K2, K1 into K2. Here K1 is integer, also K2 is an integer, so their multiplication is again an integer. So, this K dash, that is K prime, is equals to K1 into K2 is an integer. So, again we can use here definition of divisibility. Here C is written in the multiple of A, that is, therefore, by using definition of divisibility, we get A divides C, A divides C. Here is the proof of second statement. Again read the second statement. Here we have given A divides B and B divides C, and we have to prove that A divides C from given things. Here given that A divides B and B divides C. From this A divides B, we get B is equals to A into K1. From equation 2 we get C is equals to B into K2. From equation C is equals to B into K2, we put the equation, this equation, that is equation number 3, in this equation number 4, that is B into K2. We get the value of B from equation 3 and put it here. So, we get C is equals to A K1 K2. So, again simplifying this, A into K1 into K2 is equals to C, that is C is equals to A K1 K2. Here K1 is again integer, K2 is again integer, so their multiplication is again an integer. So, this C is equals to A into some K prime. Here using the definition of divisibility, we get A divides C, since C is written in the form A into K prime, that is C is multiple of A. This implies A divides C, or C is divisible by A. Hence, the proof of second statement. Now, the proof of third statement. Now, the proof of third statement. Third statement is if A divides B and A divides C, if A divides B and A divides C, from third statement we have given, in the third statement we have given that, A divides B and A divides C, A divides B and A divides C. Similarly, like the second proof, we are going to use the definition of divisibility on this equation, and again definition of divisibility on this equation. Suppose this is equation 1, equation 2. Since A divides B, we have given A divides B, therefore, by using definition of divisibility, therefore, by using definition of divisibility, we can write B is equals to A into some integer, suppose K1, where K1 is an integer. Again using definition of, suppose this is equation number 1. Also, since A divides C, therefore, by using definition of divisibility, C is written in the multiple of A, that is C is equals to A into some K k2 is an integer, equation number suppose 2. From equation 1 we get b is equals to a into some integer, and equation 2 we get c is equals to a into some integer. We have given these two things and we have to prove that a divides bx plus cy, a divides bx plus cy. So multiplying equation 1 by x and multiplying equation 2 by y, we get bx is equals to something and cy is equal to something. So we adding those two equations, we get ax plus bx plus cy. So first of all, multiply equation 1 by x. Multiplying equation 1 by x and equation 2 by y, we get multiplying equation 1 with x, we get bx is equals to ax into k1, and multiplying equation 2 by y, we get cy is equals to ay into k2. Now this is the equation number 3rd and this is the equation number 4th. Adding these two equations, adding equation 3 and 4, equations 3 and 4, we get what we get bx plus cy, bx plus cy is equals to ax k1 plus by k2, ax k1 plus by k2. So sorry, ax k1 plus ay k2, here a x k1 plus this ay k2, taking a common, we get a x k1 plus y k2, x k1 and y k2. Here x, y, k1, k2 all are integers, x, k1, y, k2 all are integers. So x into k1 is again integer, y into k2 is again integer, and addition of two integers is again an integer. So we take it as bx plus cy is equals to, we take this as, this is equals to a into some k prime, a into some k prime. We write it as suppose bx plus cy is equals to a into this k prime, where k prime is equals to x k1 plus y k2. Here this was our last step, bx plus cy is equals to a into this x k1 plus y k2, and x k1 plus y k2 is integer, so we write it as a into some k prime, where k prime is equals to x k1 plus y k2. Therefore by definition of divisibility, here bx plus cy is written in the form a into some integer, that is this bx plus cy is multiple of a. Therefore by using definition of divisibility, therefore by using definition of divisibility, we write a divides this bx plus cy, a divides bx plus cy. Hence the proof of third statement.